We see that there is a romantic moment between Sang and Won and both kiss each other, sound made from nose. But after this incident when both return to the palace then both are feeling very embarrassed in front of each other, they are even feeling shy to say anything to each other. On top of that at night Sang is only remembering the kiss that happened between them. This is their contract marriage. Still she let Won kiss her. Because of this she got very worried. On the other side Won is smiling. Remembering that romantic moment he is not even able to sleep. He goes till Sang room and calls her, but because of embarrassment she does not reply and neither comes out of the room. Now next day Sang is secretly going to the office so that she does not face Won, but Won sees her going and calls her, because of which she gets shocked and was about to fall, but Won holds her. Because of this both again come close to each other. Sang eyes are not moving away from Won lips, but somehow she handles herself and goes to the office. Seeing her nervousness Won keeps smiling, but here Sang did not go to office but went to church to confess her heart to father, because she had a doubt that maybe she got possessed, because last night she could not stop herself from coming close to Won. Hearing such sound made from nose things of Sang, even father himself got confused what advice he should give her. That is why she comes out of church where she meets Min. Min tells her to wait till he comes out of church. Sang was waiting for him. Then she gets a call from Won who tells her to come with him somewhere for wedding planning, but when he hears Min voice behind Sang then Won feels very jealous and goes alone for wedding planning. Here in front of Min Sang is only talking about Won, because of which he feels very jealous. Then when Min drops Sang to office he tells her not to get more attracted towards Won and to only care about money and power, and according to Sang she is not going to get distracted by Won. She knows what she is doing. Sang goes inside the office and tells Rai to fix her meeting with Taiju and Handa. After that Yi grandmother shows some marriage dates to Yi and tells to choose one date for Won and Sang wedding. Then Won comes there to meet Yi, who tells him to select a date, but Won liked some other date, so Yen puts stamp on that date according to his uncle. Here Sang had gone for shopping of her wedding jewelry, where her brother and sister-in-law also reached to help in wedding shopping. During this Sang talks about giving all her company shares to Taiji. Hearing this Taiji and Handa become very happy. Actually Sang also had a plan in this. She knows that Taiji will not be able to handle the company, and after roaming around the company shares will come back to her. This way her promise made to her brother Taiji will also be fulfilled, and she will also be able to show her father that her brother is not capable of handling the company. Then Sang goes to King Palace with Hai to try her Korean traditional wedding dress. Here Rang had already kept everything ready of Sang choice. At the same time Toy is trying to increase his conversation with Hari. Now the wedding dress trial is done, and next step of royal wedding was family dinner. Sang had dinner with Won family. Now Won was going to go for dinner with Sang family, but Sang was not understanding how her father will behave with Won. He does not like her, then how will he like Won? Still family dinner was necessary. After that at Sang house from royal family King sends wedding gift and invites them for family dinner, but Sang father looks irritated with these things. Here Sang is also not understanding how she should call her father. Then court lady Jungmi gets Sang medical test done by royal family doctor, which was necessary before wedding. Seeing so many arrangements and rituals happening together she was getting very nervous. That is why one sends all servants outside, then asks Sang reason of her nervousness. Then Sang tells him not to look at her with so much love. When eye contact always distracts her. Also Sang tells him to take their kiss normally, but according to Won that was not a normal kiss. Sang was with him, that is why he kissed her. After some time Won meets Rang and remembers those days with her when Rang got married to his brother. At that time whenever Won could not meet Rang, then like a younger brother Won used to give company to Rang. Here at night Sang thinks to call Won, but she cannot call. On the other side Won was reading their marriage contract in his room, where it was written that they will divorce after 3 years. On the other side Rang father was remembering that night when fire broke in palace and King Han died. When he got news he went to handle his daughter Rang, but there he came to know from Rang that she herself killed her husband. She herself set the fire so that Hwan could not make Won king. If Won became king then their son would never become king. This secret should not come out. This fear Jing still has today, but we see that will written by King Han, which Rang thought got burnt in fire, is actually with Won, which means Won knows that his brother was giving his throne to him. Still Won till now did not think to take throne in his control, just kept that will hidden with him. Next day Sang whole family was getting ready for dinner, but Sang father was not at all interested to go to that dinner. He was against this marriage. Then Taiju explains him that even if he hates his daughter Sang. He should not hate his son-in-law Won. After that, Sang brings Won to her father Uguk house for dinner. As Sang feared nothing like that happens, her father meets Won very nicely, and Won was treating her family like his own family. And during this dinner, Jo and Hai were sitting in another restaurant and talking about Sang family, that why Sang did not want to introduce her father to Won. She was afraid that her father might treat Won badly. On the other side, Taiju was asking Won about his first meeting with Sang, but Dad here only tells Won to protect his daughter. Then Sang tells him not to worry about her because when her accident happened, then her father did not even ask about her, and in Taiju wedding he gave many gifts. So now where is her wedding gift? She never felt that her father can give her something from heart. Saying all this, Sang goes angrily to her room where Won comes to calm her. At that time Sang was getting emotional. Seeing her trophies and certificates, she achieved everything in her life but never got appreciation from her father. Then Won tells his heart to Sang that he likes her. Even if Sang takes his heart, his house, his power and money, he will never feel bad. Hearing this, she starts smiling. Then when both were returning to palace, Won thinks to hold her hand but he could not gather courage. Then Sang gets call from Min, who was asking about family dinner. After some time, Won drops Sang at her private palace and goes to stay in King Palace because till wedding they had to stay separate. Now all servants start asking Sang about family dinner story. They were so excited to hear that they even did not eat food. So Sang takes all of them to a restaurant and starts gossiping with them. In between, Rang's spy Aram was feeling left out, which Hai and Sang notice, and they serve her food themselves. Next day Won comes to meet Min, where he clearly tells him that he loves Sang, even if it is contract marriage. So Min should also stay in limit with Sang, but according to Min, Won should not confess to Sang and should only focus on the reason for which Sang is marrying him. Although Won does not reply to this, then when Won leaves from there he sees Sang advertisement related to Castle Beauty Company. On the way he calls Sang and reminds her for lunch. Seeing his message, she was smiling in office. Now after few days, wedding day arrives for which Sang and Won were getting ready. During this, Handa also came to give her company. Min was also calling Sang again and again to ask her condition. On the other side, Min meets Rang, who indirectly tells him that this marriage will also cause loss to him. Now after some days, Won and Sang marriage ceremony is done in Korean traditional way. Sang makes some mistakes, seeing which Won was laughing a lot. Now after wedding, a rally of Grand Prince Won and Princess Sang is taken out for public, where everyone was very happy with their marriage. They were cheering for them in Won Palace. His servants were watching this wedding rally on TV, but for some reason Aram was feeling very nervous. On the other side, seeing Sang marrying Won, Min was also very emotional. Then Rang reminds him why she told him not to agree for Won and Sang marriage if he had not made all cabinet members agree for this marriage. Then today Won and Sang marriage would not have happened. After some time, now Sang and Won come in front of Rang and Yunnan to take blessing for their marriage. Also Min congratulates both of them from side of his cabinet and getting support from Min. Sang was very happy. Then suddenly Sang starts coughing and faints. Then we see that time when Min had told Won not to confess his love to Sang and to only focus on the reason for which she is marrying him. Then Won had said that he has something which Sang wants, but Min does not have that thing which Sang desires. This thing hurt Min a lot. After that we see that when Sang faints during blessing, then Rang orders her servants to call royal doctor, but Won does not follow her order. He immediately lifts Sang in his arms and leaves from King Palace to go to hospital. Outside palace, whole media was standing, because of which this incident becomes known to whole public. This news reaches Jing through news, and he had doubt that his daughter Rang did this. Here seeing Sang faint like this, Min was also very worried. He orders his secretary to clear whole traffic line so that Sang can reach hospital quickly with help of Min. Won reached hospital with Sang, but Sang condition was very bad. Just after marrying Won, such a big incident happened with Sang. Her life came in danger. Seeing this, Sang father angrily slaps when he had married his daughter with Won with so much trust. He was already afraid that somewhere by connecting with royal family her life might be in danger. It always remains. On top of that, Min was angry at Won. He thought that Won will protect Sang. That is why he did not think of getting Sang for himself. For Sang happiness, he let her be with Won, but today as soon as she got connected with royal family, Sang is not safe with Won. Won also here did not want to defend himself, but he gives order to men to investigate this incident. Min also agrees to this, and he goes to Rang and tells her about investigation. Although royal family will also be questioned, Rang was not at all happy with this. Still, for Sang's safety, Min could do anything even without getting order. After that, Min does a press conference and tells media about Sang condition and investigation. On the other side, Hai comes to Won Palace and tells servants not to touch anything in kitchen because Sang was poisoned. Maybe something was mixed in her food, so all kitchen items will be investigated. Here we can also see Aram in tension as if she has some role in this matter. In a while, interrogation of all royal servants is done, including servants of Won private palace. Other servants were answering properly, only Aram was very scared here. Finally Sang got consciousness. Taiju, Handa and Choi were near her, but Sang's eyes were only searching for Won, who at that time was standing near memorial of his father and brother, remembering them. Then he gets news from court lady Jungmi that Sang has regained consciousness. He immediately runs to hospital to see Sang. Seeing her, he hugs her tightly. Here, seeing Won crying for her, Sang was very surprised. Then Min comes there, who wants to talk to Sang alone. Anyway, Won will be interrogated, so Won leaves from there for interrogation. Then Sang comes to know from Min that someone poisoned her, but Sang understood that this poison was not for her but for Won. When during marriage ritual they had to drink, then Sang Won fell over those drink glasses and by mistake one glass came to her. That is why she fainted due to poison, meaning someone still wants to kill Won and his life is in danger. Sang wanted to go to Won at that very time, even if her own health was not fine. Then Min tries to stop her, but Sang was not listening. Then Min promises Sang to bring Won to her soon and leaves, and Rang was carefree playing piano. Then a court lady comes there and says that all things present in banquet have been sealed for investigation, but one thing which Rang had told her to clean she had already done it. But what was that thing, and whether Rang has any role in this matter or not we will know later. Here Min had taken out full medical history of royal family and also ordered royal hospital to investigate, while Won also told his servants to increase palace security because now he was not going to keep Sang in palace. He tells this to Sang by calling her next day on request of Sang. Father Handa goes to meet her in hospital. From now she will stay with Sang all the time when Won is not with her. Also Sang, with help of Handa, does make up of being sick so that she gets sympathy. On top of that, when she comes out of hospital she acts more sick in front of media while her health was not that bad. On the other side, following Sang orders, Hai with help of PR team spreads this news that someone tried to kill Sang. Her health is very bad. As soon as she got connected with royal family, attack started on her. Still Sang is not losing courage. This PR stunt worked. People are now sympathizing with her. Her castle beauty company share prices also increased here. Seeing Sang getting so much public support, Rang was very jealous, so as soon as Sang comes to palace she tries to take her princess duties under herself, which Won does not allow at all, and later he orders Choi and Hai to complete Sang princess duties work till she gets completely fine. Then as soon as Sang comes to palace she goes to meet Yunnan because seeing her faint Yunnan was asking about her again and again. Then Won comes there, who had arranged doctor, nurse and all medical equipments in palace for Sang. Also he explains court lady Jungmi that Sang's security should be tight, all things she needs should be provided immediately. Now when Sang and Won were alone in room, then Sang tells him that poison was actually planned for Won, but by mistake she took that poison. Although Won already knew this, he only wanted that next time nothing should happen to Sang because of him, even if he loses his life. Hearing this, Sang starts hitting him while crying, meaning somewhere in her heart there was true love for Won. On the other side, Rang father Jong had come to meet her, who wanted to know whether Rang has any role in poisoning Sang, but she clearly denies this. On the other side, men had found out which poison was given to Sang. Then Aram comes to meet him, who had probably come to confess something. On the other side, Sang was talking to Hai on call. Then Won comes after taking shower. Seeing him shirtless, she keeps looking at him. On top of that, Won tells her to get ready for first night, because of which she feels very embarrassed and her heartbeat also becomes very fast. Although nothing happens between them, both just hug and kiss each other and sleep. On the other side now, Hai also started developing feelings for Joy. Next day, on one side, one assistant Joy was doing duty for Sang and Sang assistant Hai was doing duty for Won, as if after marriage all their things got exchanged with each other. Then both get ready for their first public appearance after marriage, but Choi had told Sang not to behave in certain way in public. Sang starts doing those things in public, like making Korean hearts on seeing people giving them flying kisses. Seeing all this, instead of getting angry, Won was smiling. Here both had come to school where both studied together. After some time, Min was also going to come there. He tells Sang not to call Min Appa because he feels very jealous of Min and Sang friendship, although Sang was not going to listen to this. Now when Sang was giving her speech in front of students, everything was going fine, but Suddenly all people present there get a notification on their phones which was related to Sang and one contract marriage now in palace. Rang also comes to know this, but before they could handle the matter media had surrounded Sang. Sang could not understand how to handle this situation. Then one comes and stands in front of her and holding her hand takes her from there. Then we see that time when Won woke up in morning he was lovingly looking at Sang sleeping in his arms from outside court. Lady Jung-mi was calling them to wake up, and so that her voice does not wake Sang he calls Choi and tells him to take Jung-mi away from there, and Choi does the same.